All my life I was looking for somebody.
Hey guys,
Then I
happy
met
Monday.
my American girl next door, wild, shy, and sunny.
Hey guys, happy Monday. So today I wanted to do a video where I go through comments and I kind of answer questions or just say thank you and like shout you guys out, because I really appreciate your comments. They're always so nice, and every once in a while you get a little crazy comment, but for the most part you guys are really sweet, and I'm obviously not a big enough channel to have like a massive amount of people that are mean, you know what I mean? So I thank you guys so much for being sweet. Okay. This is from City Guyable. I always call him like City Cable Guy, but it's City Guyable, unless he changed it. Shout out to you, you're always really nice to me. Okay, so this is what he said. I woke up this morning and I took my dog for a walk. I split a bunch of grapes, a pack of blueberries, a couple handfuls of strawberries with him. That's pretty cool. Then I rode my bike across town to the lake where I had a banana and a Kit's cherry and pumpkin seed fruit bar. My mom had MS, and her last 20 years on earth were something worse than miserable. I would give anything to go back and know about Dr. Morse and his protocols for MS. I know, isn't that crazy? That's kind of how I feel about my grandparents. Not that they would have listened to me or, you know, taken advice, but they all died from heart disease or cancer that could have been, you know, helped. So that is sad, isn't it? But you can't really go back and change it, and everyone has different paths and karmic paths in this life, and yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so this is a comment on like one of my old videos about where I talk about how shortly after you give up meat, sometimes you can feel weak if you have adrenal fatigue. So this is from Jacques Adiong. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they said, thanks for the video, but now how do I solve the problem of adrenal fatigue? Okay, so how do you solve the problem of adrenal fatigue? Gosh, there's lots of opinions on this. In my opinion, you have to go on a fruit diet primarily. Now, I love the raw vegan diet because it is a primarily fruit diet. Now, there are some salads that you don't necessarily have to eat when you're detoxifying, but I love the raw vegan diet, so I would suggest raw veganism. Now, how is that going to help your adrenals though? Because when you eat a diet that is made for your human species and you're not eating anything to bog you down and to hurt any of your glands and organs, then it's obviously going to bring up your adrenals. Now, also a high fruit diet really helps the kidneys filter, and the kidneys and the adrenals are like brother and sister. They go together like peanut butter and jelly. I mean, they're just everything. So raw vegan diet right there is going to boost your adrenals. Also, let me just kind of state the obvious here. Going to bed early, just getting enough rest, lowering your stress levels, but also adrenal gland herbal tonics is really where it's at. And I love Dr. Morse's adrenal herbs. And also, if your adrenal fatigue is really bad, then call the clinic and get a glandular. So that's what I would suggest for that. Carol Lopez says, what country are you in? I'm in the US. I live in Oklahoma. And I am a raw vegan in the Midwest, and you can do it. Okay. She also said, so glad I found your channel, excellent content, thank you. And she also called me Rebecca, which is totally fine, but no, my name is Victoria. And she said, I just did a mostly raw fruit detox, love the result. I'm also very fond of the great Dr. Morse, currently taking some of his herbs. That's so awesome. Reagan Meyer said, so glad I found your channel, you're so cute. Thank you. Okay, this one's from Tony. Tony, you know who you are, and you always comment on my videos, and I love it. And he said, fear of the sun. My grandma has lived in the Caribbean all of her life in lush tropical climate with lots of sun, has never used suntan lotion or sunblock. She has no fear of the sun and has, in the natural food one eats, the sun blocks it. Let's say, for example, watermelon 10% sunblock, coconut Okay, so he's just basically saying that these natural foods have natural sun protectants in it. That's so awesome. I know, I totally agree. Your grandma's very lucky to be living in the Caribbean, and sign me up. I would love to live there as well. Mellow Lass said, get unripened mangoes and put them in a paper bag in a cabinet in the kitchen somewhere. They should be looking good and tasty in a couple of days. See, I kind of have issues with that. Okay, so I think that the only fruits that can ripen off of the tree or the vine is avocados and bananas. And so I think that if you try to ripen, like, let's say, for example, a mango, does it really ripen? Or is it just fermenting and so it gets sweeter? You know what I mean? I think that we need to pick these things ripe off of the tree or pick them off the ground after they've been so ripe that they fell off the tree. I think that picking a mango that's like hard as a rock and not ripe and then letting it sit for a few days or whatever. I mean, obviously it sits for a while because it's on a truck from the South America or whatever. But I think that it just ferments. It doesn't really ripen. You know what I mean? But thank you for the tip. And, okay. Miriam Amory said, did you have adrenal problems 4 years ago? Because that's pretty much when I started raw veganism 4.5 years ago. She said, did you have very low blood pressure, 100/60? If you did, how did you manage to fix it? Okay, well, 4 years ago, I was just in the start of my journey. I had no idea that I could take my blood pressure and see if I had adrenal and kidney fatigue. So I don't know what my blood pressure was. And what's funny that you talk about this is that recently, 24 hours ago, I took my blood pressure and it was 114/69, which is not ideal. Ideal is 120/60. So, but this was an improvement for me because before my blood pressure was like 109 over, this was probably like a year ago, 109 over, I don't know, 75 or something. So it is getting better, and that's so encouraging for me. And I've kind of been feeling it lately that my adrenals do feel better. And I notice that whenever I get appropriate sleep, then my adrenals feel better. But I definitely did have adrenal gland problems because you can see it in my eyes, I have nerve rings. And they've definitely been fixed. And so how did I manage to fix it? Pretty much a raw vegan diet. I haven't done a 40-day water fast, and I haven't taken adrenal gland glandulars. I have taken adrenal gland herbal formulas throughout, but not really anything long term. So I would just say raw vegan. And getting enough sleep, going to bed early, lowering stress levels, going out in the sun, getting vitamin D, massages. I mean, all of these things come into play. Aspiring Raw Vegan said that GMO song with one of those crying like laughing crying emojis. I know, it's funny, but it's also like a really good song. I love it. Okay, Vita Gabolini, I'm for sure butchering that. On my recent What I Ate Today video, she said, that's all you ate? And that is all I ate. Now, I probably might have eaten some mulberries in there somewhere, but yeah, I mean, I don't find the need for this, like, a massive amount of food. Now, to some people, I do eat a massive amount, and I think that I eat like a pig. No offense, Curly. Curly's up there. But, yeah, you know, I'm not one of those raw vegans that eats 25 bananas, 40 mangoes. Like, I think I eat a lot, but I don't freak out if I don't have 5,000 calories. I just think that that's ridiculous. I eat until I'm full. I eat when I'm hungry, and I am fine. You know what I mean? I'm still alive. So, yeah, that's what I ate. Stephen Ross said, but you're a lovely Looney Tune. Thank you. I probably called myself a Looney Tune in one of those videos. Amanda H said, I have no idea what to do with my life. It's been the cause of constant frustration and depression. What do you do for work? Okay, so I can see myself in you because rewound my life after I graduated college when I was like 22. I was like, what am I going to do? I was trying to work at a chiropractor's office. I interviewed at a million of them, and the door just kept getting shut in my face. And then I work at a Pilates studio. That is what opened up for me, and I can see that it's like totally meant for me. I love it. So I work at a Pilates studio, and then I also do YouTube videos and stuff. But yeah, you have to find where God takes you, and where you think you're gonna go might not really be where you're meant to go. And that is not just true at work, but in relationships and everything. So yeah, you'll find your way. You will. City Guyable said, I could listen to you talk about kidney and adrenal fatigue all day. Well, thank you. You're probably the only one. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to talk about unless I see anything else. I mean, yeah. So thank you guys so much again for your comments. If you have any questions for me, leave them down below or in any of my videos. I love answering your questions. So thank you guys for watching. I gotta go to work now, and I will see you guys later. Bye.